After weeks of moving and getting everything set up, my new studio space, where we are right now, is finally sort of almost ready. So let's talk about it. And thank you to Discord for sponsoring this video. So when I first saw this space, this pretty narrow rectangular room with white walls and a whole wall of windows, I knew that it has so much potential to become a really great studio. I don't think this is going to be necessarily my dream studio space. I'm not even sure if that's a thing that I should be aiming toward, honestly, but I think I've managed to create a really great space to work in. And the first step to doing that was painting the walls. I was thinking about painting the walls a variety of colors. I was thinking about like this dark green, this brown, and I ended up going with this color called Neutral Burlap from Color Atelier, which is a kind of lime wash specialty paint company based right here in San Francisco. I was kind of nervous about this color, but if you'll notice behind me, I think it looks really great. I think the lime wash has this dimensionality to it that really makes the entire room come alive. And especially in golden hour, like almost right now, it's a little bit past golden hour, but the whole room is bathed in like this golden light that is really just absolutely gorgeous. And I think it was the right choice. I know a lot of you guys were really resistant about me painting the walls any color. You wanted to stay perfectly white. And while that is a valid opinion to have, of course, I personally was really tired of living in endless apartments of just tons of white walls and no variety. And I think that there is a lot of potential to make a room truly great if you are just a little bit braver and have the courage to paint the walls. This room is a little bit small though, so I do have some gripes with it. It is, I think, the perfect space, like the amount of space for an office, but if it was a little bit smaller, I doubt this would be really workable. This is obviously more space than I had in my old apartment where I was working in my living room in a studio apartment, but if I wanted to expand my business even more, I think I would have some problems with this space. But that being said, from where I am right now in my business and the kind of stuff that I'm making, this is perfect for me. I don't make work at a super large scale. So these small paintings that I am, I think, more comfortable with work really well in this smaller space. And the lighting in here is just gorgeous. But that being said, I do have some gripes with it. There's a lot of damage in the windows. It's a really old house. So a lot of the wood trim and the window sills are not in that great condition. Some of the windows don't work very well. The stain is peeling off. For the window sills, it's had what I like to call the landlord special, where instead of actually repairing damages and nicks and gouges in the wood, you just paint right over it and move on with your life, which I think is a terrible thing to do. But with a little bit of love, this room could really shine and really become just an amazing space. And slowly but surely, I think that we're going to work on that over time. This space is not finished, by the way. This is not like a formal tour. This is just a little update video sharing what I've been working on the past couple of weeks and what I've been up to. Yeah, the first step, of course, is painting the walls. Next thing, I managed to get my desk in here and all of my stuff in these massive moving boxes, and finding space for everything was a really big challenge. I ended up bringing in one of my bookcases from my old apartment that I had in the living room. It lives over here now, and I think it's exactly the right amount of storage for the stuff that I have in here. I also have, of course, my trusty, reliable Alex drawer unit, which has a lot of my oil paints, my art supplies, etc. But the low bookshelf that I think I got from CB2, I'm not sure if it's available anymore. I will try to link everything in the description, by the way, for you guys. But that houses a lot of my art supplies, my old camera gear, a lot of my art books. I realized that I have so many art books. I need to figure out how I'm going to use them all, and if I should get rid of some. It's going to be a whole thing. But I have so many, and that low bookcase fits them all. Thank God. I don't know how to do if it didn't. And on my desk, I have my computer set up the way that I did before, and behind me is my little art station right next to the window. I set up this gorgeous area to paint in, and I think it's really all coming together, you guys. I think it's gonna look really good. Once I get the gallery wall set up behind me, especially, I think this space is going to really, really come alive. And this shot that you're seeing, once all of the art is on the walls, is going to be a gorgeous backdrop for my regularly scheduled talking head, businessy marketing kind of content. But before we get into all of that, let's talk about my recent trip to LA, because Discord flew me all the way to 2023 VidCon to speak on one of their panels. and they are sponsoring this video, so massive thank you to Discord.
Discord flew me out to participate in 2023 VidCon this year. They wanted me to speak on a panel all about turning virality into longevity and building a community. If you didn't know, I have a really vibrant community over on Discord that's geared toward artists of all skill levels and mediums, and we just kind of hang out and support each other. We share tips about our artwork, business advice, social media advice, and talk about kind of the entire strategy of building a business and improving our skills as artists. We have so many just amazing initiatives and things being run by our server members. There are support groups being run by server members for folks that have chronic illnesses. People are talking about The Sims 4, the recent City Skylines 2 announcement, all of these things that are happening on the server every single day, and it's probably my favorite place to be on the internet. And Discord facilitates this community, and I could not have done this without them. They are an amazing partner in this journey. But they flew me out to participate on this panel, and I'm really grateful that they did because VidCon was a lot of fun. I brought a friend, so we attended all of the panels together. We got to see Hayden Hillier-Smith talk about editing. We got to meet John Green and just kind of bop around Anaheim, California for a couple days, and it was really amazing. My Discord server is a thing that I'm really proud of. I think it's one of my biggest achievements so far in my career, just building this community of amazing artists who can provide support and advice to each other, and I'm really proud of it. I'm really proud of it. So if you want to join, there will be a link in the description, and thank you so much again to Discord for sponsoring this video and flying me out to VidCon. You guys are great. Thank you so much. Before I flew back from Anaheim, California, though, I wanted to go to the Getty. The Getty is an amazing art museum in LA. It's kind of in like the Hills-y by the Beverly Hills area. I know nothing about LA. That was actually my first time ever going to LA, so please don't crucify me in the comments if I get something wrong. But anyway, the Getty was great. The Getty is just a beautiful art museum. I loved going through the gardens and just seeing all of this amazing art in their galleries. They had all of these really cool artworks from the Rococo period, and I got to see some of my favorite Impressionist painters' artwork in real life. They had just this whole room dedicated to Impressionists, and it was gorgeous. I got to see artwork by Berthe Morisot, Joaquin Sorolla, and Vincent van Gogh all in one room, and it was amazing. I got to like look at really close up their brushwork and their color and how they just all of the things, you guys. I got to see all of the things, and it was really fantastic. I had an amazing time at the Getty. The weather was perfect. The flowers in the garden were gorgeous. The architecture of the Getty is beautiful, and it was really awesome to have my best friend from college, my former freshman year roommate, come with me, my friend Katya, and we kind of bopped around and got to see some really cool stuff, and they really loved just like seeing all of the artwork with me. But our time in LA was coming to a close. We actually had our flight back home to Oakland right after we visited the Getty, so we kind of visited the Getty for most of the day and then flew back in the evening.
As soon as I arrived back home from LA and the Getty and that amazing trip to the VidCon and the art museums and just seeing all this amazing art and hanging out with my best friends, I came back home and I was so exhausted, and I still am really exhausted and tired from moving. I hate moving. There's like that initial burst of energy that I have when I move and I want everything set up, right? Like that was like the first like interactions that I had with this space. I was like, yes, let's set this up. Let's paint the walls, let's do all the things. And then I just slowly but surely run out of steam. And like, but it happens before the move is done. So I'm just not quite done moving yet, and I'm just totally tired, exhausted, want to take a nap. And there were a couple of days where I didn't do anything to improve this space, but I really wanted to get this video out for you guys. I really wanted to tell you about my awesome trip to LA and like Discord and VidCon and all of that stuff, which was amazing. And I really wanted this space to be completed. At this point, I hadn't painted like properly for weeks. Painting the walls does not count. I hadn't worked on an oil painting for weeks. So I really got kind of the bare minimum setup done, and I started a painting right out of the gate, you guys. The studio was not finished yet, but I could not resist. I had to work on a painting, or else I think I was going to drive myself crazy. So I started this really quick, like little moth painting. I'm not sure what kind of moth this is. It was really just like not meant to be like a really high stakes masterpiece kind of thing. I just wanted brush on surface, and I just wanted to interact with paint again, which I hadn't done in forever because all of my stuff had been in moving boxes. Even though I wasn't even moving very far, somehow this move had managed to drag out longer than any move in a long time, which is terrible. It was really great to just be able to have, I don't know, just an experience creating again. To be able to just paint properly was amazing. I don't even really love how this painting turned out. It's not quite finished yet, but I'm not loving the intermediate stage, I gotta say. But it was really great just being able to create something again. And just that experience of sitting down and painting and creating something for the first time in weeks really inspired me to finish this space up a little bit. Again, it is not fully completed, but I was really inspired to make the bookshelf look pretty, to arrange everything to look really nice, to get some new plants in this space, to hire someone in TaskRabbit to set up those shelves behind me and arrange that so that I had lots of plants hanging down. And man, I really love the way this space is coming together. I hope that you do too. And that is really all that I have for this video today, you guys. Let me know what you want to see more of down in the comments. Go and watch this video here if you want to see more stuff from me. And make sure to join our Discord server, because the Discord server is, again, probably my favorite place on the entire internet. It is a great place to be. We have so much, I don't know, just like value for you guys and so many amazing community members. So go check that out, and I will see you in the next one and hopefully in the server. Bye, guys.